again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to ask this question and provide this service for you. What do you think, Hal?
Both will not cancel each other out. Instead, both will work, which is what they're designed to do. To release a tropism, which in this case is the intestinal contraction, which will trump any attempt to reinforce the hardness or tensile integrity of the ejecta or stool. In fact, it will not have enough time to happen before the first eruption. But this will have numerous iterations, and one must not expect to go to sleep for a long time.
I'd like to give a shot of Fernet to the person who asked that question. Come on up here.
This melatonin pill will not darken your complexion. Wow. Well, it was a good question.
It's show business.
It was a good question and a seasonal question.
Isn't that beautiful? No. Hold on, wait a second here. Have a bookmark.
You missed your NASA bookmark.
2009.
I suppose he doesn't want that.
That's ridiculous! The smoke pot guy ordered a pizza.
Well, why not?
That's just ridiculous. God damn it.
It's not ridiculous. It is absolutely predictable.
God.
First, the smoking of the bomb, and then the eating of food in this stomach. So it has always been ordained.
Okay, here we go.
All right,
Question number 2.
I've got to deliver the pitch.
There it is.
Ready to have it.
There's 2 questions. Ready?
Can never be finished.
Number 1. Did OJ do it? Number 2. What does it take to create a revolution?
The same question.
Kind of the same question when you think about it, you know?
Here we have 2 separate questions. Did OJ do it? Well, he did something, certainly. I can think he did it, but he might not have worn the knife himself. You know, when you're a big Hollywood star, you don't have to do everything by yourself. Anyway, there are a number of lanes or avenues of forensic possibility in that particular case, which is not actually considered closed by the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office. Now, what does it take to create a revolution? Enough people to create the groundswell of revolutionary action who are able to overwhelm the established in their citadels of power and cause the change of upwelling from below, which consumes the spires and pinnacles of authority.
Okay, we're going to move on with our show here. K-Rob, what are you doing? One song at a time. Come on now. Here we go.
Well, now, K-Rob is as ready as ever.
Dr. Hal?
Yes?
What is the past tense of the word shit? Is it shit, shitted, or shat?
English allows
Common gold.
flexibility, but the Anglo-Saxonism shit does have as a past tense shat, like sit and sat. It's as simple as that. Oh, yeah, no, actually, that's the actual answer. That's why it's boring. But on the other hand, English allows flexibility, so shitted is conceivably possible. Remember, there were no rules of language until they became codified by dictionaries and grammarians rather late in the formation of modern English. And we reform the language all the time. And we should do it, because if we don't do it, other people who we don't like will do it. And their concepts and not ours will rule. And nobody wants that.
Okay, let's ask a fresh question right here.
Fresh.
$2.
All right, that's elevated and correct.
Here it is.
The album is shit. My work is shit.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
We got some static in between my ears or something.
Okay, Rob.
I'm ready and willing.
Here we go. It's a surf song, you can tell. Here we go, ready? Okay. Why did Kraken attack K-Rob?
I wasn't aware that this had happened, although K-Rob and I both tempted fate. I think it was this summer, though they all blurred together. But we were out on a boat and we leaped into the bay to swim. Now the Kraken was down there.
The Kraken!
But it is true that many of them do get it in the butt. Well, the reason they do this is they're following an economic lure or line. You are looking at the productions of decades ago when there was a race to develop the animated cartoon in technical skill. And head of all animation studios was Disney, causing the other cartoon studios to imitate Disney and do Disney-like cartoons. Well, Disney himself had a fetish with the human posterior, which appears in many of his cartoons. In Donald Duck's gluteus gyrating, or many of his characters indulge in lengthy episodes of unnecessary ass wiggling. But the worst of all these examples I could mention is the close of the Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony episode of Fantasia, where two plump-assed little cupids fly together and their buttocks link and form a pulsating human heart glowing with love. A bit strong for me, and I had to leave the room. Anyway, so the other cartoon studios would try anything to try to get some of that popularity which the Disney studio have, and that, I suppose, is why they copied that. Of course, other people thought it was a joke, like our friend Bob Clampett, who would often give subtle indications that the cartoon character had behind, which was far too large for him.
Well, that's kind of uncomfortable.
Well, I don't know what I said. I said K-Rob spent a long time putting that one together.
Alright, who got Hal stoned before the show? That's what I want. It was you, wasn't it? Look at you with the pizza. You're like a parody of yourself. Dude!
This is an unusual unusual thing. So we're going to quit our show fairly soon because we've got an enormous Christmas show to begin.
No, we still have some of the shows left.
Questions to answer. And
even though Hal is baked.
Half baked.
Dude! I'm so baked.
Alright, well, speak for yourself. It's not that, after all, the grappa. Yeah. I'll tell you, that stuff is the real thing.
Is that like the cheese? It's the grappa?
The blushful hippocrene.
More grappa? You've had enough grappa, young man.
That I might drink and leave the world unseen.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get, no, I can't, someone's gotta steer this shit. We have a lot of work to do. Are you looking at this fucking bullshit over here? We're gonna be here till 9 o'clock in the morning, okay?
He's spreading holiday cheer. So let's continue and do our job here.
Okay, there's a man in the audience who asked us a question.